You need to trigger the reciprocity principle. You need to give to people so much that they already know the level in which you are. If my free stuff is so good that it cannot be ignored, just imagine how great my paid offers are. I wanted us to leave very clear what sales is about. And you hit the nail on the head that sales is about serving. So what helped you, right? How did you go from realizing that, hey, like sales is this world of like, serving people? How did you reach that point? I'm very curious.
Yeah. Well, for me, I stopped paying attention to what others were doing around me. That was one of the first things I did, because I used to look a lot at how to conduct sales calls, how to be a better salesman, because I had a business to run, and so I needed to understand that as a skill. But a lot of the things that I was looking at were not that they weren't connecting with me as a person. And I didn't like this idea of these things that didn't really help me when I was having conversations with my specific ideal audience. And so a lot of the things that the prompts and the questions were saying that, oh, these are things you should ask, they didn't really flow with the conversations I was having. And so I was a little bit like, well, this doesn't really help me. It doesn't bring me to a better position. So I kind of needed to build out my own. So that was the first thing, was to stop paying attention to others. And especially because, as you mentioned, sales does have an extremely bad reputation, because let's face it, 90% of people are really bad at sales, and they will try to sell you everything that they have without ever considering whether or not you need it. And so I can very confidently say that my inbox is filled with people trying to sell me crap, and it gets on my nerves. And I'm sure that everybody else's is too. And that's what immediately puts us in a very bad mood when we see somebody trying to sell to us. And so the important thing is here is, how do you craft something that doesn't look like selling? And that is where I started to, this is where I saw change for me, is I was like, how can I make sure that what I do is not selling, but it is serving people, so that people come to their own conclusion that they would like to work with me. And my entire strategy online has been built off of that principle. If I give and I give and I give, people are going to see the value in me rise. And so I get to the point where I'm in a very high level of value to the people that I've been serving. And then when I do ask them something, they are much more likely to say yes. They're much more likely to want to get on a call with me. They're much more likely to listen to me for more than 15 minutes because I've been of incredible value. They already know that I have an offer that means something to them. I don't need to sell. They're already sold. All they want to do is speak with me and meet me in person so that they can feel confident that we can move forward together.
Fantastic. Let's break down that, because you gave a lot of information in this bracket that is essential for people to understand how to sell. Okay, so the first thing that Robert mentioned that's extremely important for you to understand is that you should never be selling to people. People should be able to sell to themselves. Okay. And so if you're capable of switching people's beliefs, you're already a step ahead. One of the most important skills in sales and in life is pattern identification. Okay, if you are capable of understanding people's personalities and you have the empathy to serve that personality and have genuine interest to provide the value to them, they're going to buy from you. You don't need to sell, they will buy from you. There is a big difference there. The second thing is, stop paying attention to scripts. Too many people tell you that you need a script in sales. No, you need your own personal structure, which is way different than having a script. I see too many robots online selling. Okay, they're like, oh, let me. And the moment you ask them a question that throws them off their script, right? They immediately panic. They don't know what to say. And it's because they've been instructed to follow just this road. Okay. Hey, trust me, there's so many people that have different personalities, you cannot be following a script. You will get lost and you will sound exactly that, like a robot. It's not people buy from people, okay? They don't buy from robots. And so throw the scripts. And the third and most important point is you need to trigger the reciprocity principle. You need to give to people so much that they already know the level in which you are. If my free stuff is so good that it cannot be ignored, just imagine how great my paid offers are. And so people in their imagination, they already have an understanding of how great my offer can be. And so when we jump on a call, it's not about us having a conversation in which I am selling to you my service or product. It's about us getting to know the terms of working together. And so that switches the whole perspective. You no longer need to be having conversations in which you're asking people, yeah, man, so would you be able to get a credit? Would you be able to, get the money from elsewhere? And all of these like bullshit approaches, that's never been something that we do. I find it, I don't know about you, but I find it pathetic when people are literally like, nah, but man, like even if people are broke, they can just like go and they can sell their car and they can work with you. So like if you get them to sell their car, they're gonna end up working with you. And it's like,
Mm,
why is that even a thing? Right? When you should be thinking about
yeah.
helping them, not getting them to sell their cars to work with you, right?